you have access to all knowledge. And there's other ways to access knowledge than the normal ways that we think. And so simply by this existing on earth now, it's accessible to you through meditation. You can make changes within yourself simply by knowing that it exists. And this is one of the things that in actual meditation we're going to talk about. The first part of this is sort of a lecture between here and now. The next part we're going to give demonstrations and show you directly and go into meditation to give you the ways to bring this into your lives. And so there's different ways to do it. You can bring this water into you without ever touching it, and simply because it's here, it's in the grids, it's known, it's there already. I don't believe it was here though prior to 14 years ago, not in this kind of form. It may have been in a rain cloud, but I don't think it was in this kind of form. And so when you begin to look at these the sequences of events that we've been talking about here, where you have the UFOs appearing suddenly all over the world, but of course they're not real, and the crop circles that are appearing all over the world, and of course that's Doug and Dave doing that one. And suddenly, at the same time, in a very short sequence of years, you have another emerging phenomena of the Bible unfolding itself, revealing that the past and the present and the future are already known. This begins to change the equation of life as we know it. And when there's new water emerging onto the earth that can heal anything, either bodies or people or planets or the whole thing, it's obvious, to me anyway, that we're not in the normal ballgame that we were in before. There's something a lot bigger going on than we know. And but there's even something more important going on. More important than this. I feel it's more important, which has to do with the children and what's emerging in the lives of these children. And I'm going to begin talking about this now, though I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to complete this or not. I'll do my best here to complete it. I'm not sure. It seems that this fifth phenomena is coming from outside the system. Actually, all of these things are probably coming from outside the system, but this one definitely appears to be this way. There are children appearing in the world now, and this is not a little thing. There's a lot of them that have made a change in the very structure of their existence, in the DNA molecule itself, and they are not human beings. 3 new human races have now appeared on Earth that have different DNA than ours. They're not human. And I believe they are not even coming from here. They're coming from a much higher level of existence. They're coming down here to help us transition at this time. But these kids are really different than what we know. I'm going to need to turn the slides back on just for a moment. Or I guess it is back on, isn't it? This first group of children, nobody's written about until just recently. And this book here, wait a minute, I've got to say one more thing first. Keep forgetting. I'm bringing this book up not because of the diet that's in it. That's another subject, and I'm not concerned with that. There's something that was written in this book that is important for us to understand, and it has to do with the blood types. There are 4 blood types. We all know this. There's O, there's A, there's B, and there's AB. And there's no others. And but what's interesting in this is that for millions of years, up until 15,000 years ago, there was only one blood type, type O. And we were all hunters and eaters of meat, period. No matter what we looked like out here, no matter where we were in the world, we were all related by a single blood type. If you were Chinese or African, or didn't make any difference where you existed, there was just one single fluid that moved through us all. And then 15,000 years ago, something happened. We became farmers. Basically, that was it. We started eating a new kind of food, and new kinds of food. And we quit eating meat, and we started going, well, not maybe totally, but we started going into eating grains and all kinds of other things that we never ate before. And there are some that feel that there was also climate changes that could have affected this too. But what did happen was the DNA changed. Human DNA changed overnight to something brand new. Before the blood changed, the DNA changed first, then the blood changed. And there was a DNA change. And so people that have a type O blood have a different DNA than those that have type A. And they also have different stomachs, different pH levels, all kinds of things that are different about these two kinds of people. And what they were doing was they were adapting to the new reality of a new kind of food being emerged in a new kind of climate. And then further down the line, there was another switch. I understand this one less, but which resulted in type B blood, which is another DNA change. And then more or less recently, there was another DNA change where it went to AB. And the immune systems are totally different on all 4 of these things. And they're a different kind of people. They have different needs and everything else, because they're really, what's now the end result of all of this is there's 4 kinds of people in the world. Regardless of what they look like on the outer surface, there's 4 different DNA, human DNAs, that are associated with humanity. Well, we're in the midst of another one of these big changes. What we're experiencing here on Earth right now is the biggest change that anyone has ever experienced on this planet, at least in any kind of memory that we ever have. We're not only experiencing dramatic weather changes that are beginning to occur, but we are eating totally different, eating the world's foods, which has never happened before, not on this level. We have access to anything. You can eat Thai food or Chinese food or anything else in Finland, and these things affect you because you are what you eat. And there's huge effects, but there's other things going on. The technological society, the industrial revolution that has occurred that's ended up in this technological way of being is something that has never been seen before. In 1800, there were 30 million species of life on this planet. Today, 100 years later, there's half of that. Half of the world has died in a geological blink of an eye. It's gone. And it's still going really fast. No one's ever seen anything like that. It took hundreds and hundreds of millions of years to get to those 30 million species, and in a matter of minutes and seconds, half of the life of this planet is dead because of our technology. Our technology is anti-life. It is doing everything it can to destroy life on this planet as fast as it can. And believe me, it's really doing a good job. And the water is interesting because the water actually will allow the dark and the light, the technological aspect that was available to, that we all are addicted to, this will allow us to continue. We can still pollute all we want because the pollution will not affect the environment. We can continue to move, and who knows what that influence is going to have on us out here, especially if it means the end of all disease and everything else. This is these are factors that we can't put into the equation right now because it's too complex. But what we do know